Maybe you can think that I'm on a sea, but no, it is Lyutish, Kyiv region. And now I'm coming to the Lyutish, to the Stari Petriivtsi and Novi Petriivtsi for visiting place of the combat glory and show how it was in first months of the full-scale invasion. This territory, it's not so far from the Moshchun. Moshchun, it was the one of the key position for the Kyiv defense. And as you see, in that time, that territory was fully covered by the nature factors. Is the very big Dnipro River water keeper. We say it Kyiv Sea, Kyivske more. And from that time it was the Irpin River. And only thanks for the Irpin River, now we had that situation that Kyiv don't fall, Kyiv don't surrender, and we fight. And one thing why we win in that territory, it's that nature. Nature here are really beautiful and really angry to the enemies. Is not best position for the filming this because you can see islands here. But from Vyshgorod, if you will come to the Kyiv Sea beach, you will not see a land, and it really looks like a sea and like an ocean. Very beautiful and good place. Now for the rest. For that moment, Russian tried to do a helicopter's landing with his airborne. They tried to do airborne operation. Once of the first helicopter who was fall, not include Hostomel, they fall in this sea.
Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Есть! Есть, блядь! Два! Сбили, сука!
And that helicopters was took it from the bottom after a couple months, but it was the first Russian helicopters who met with Ukrainian rivers, with the Dnipro. Now we are on a legendary place. 3 years ago, back to me was a checkpoint. It was the first and last checkpoint from the Huta-Mezhyhirska side and the road to the Stari Petriivtsi, and same road to Kyiv. And now I'm walking in a forest. It's the Staropetrivetsky forest, not so far from Huta-Mezhyhirska, not so far from Moshchun. And I will use a video here, is that famous place where we are digging trenches. It's not our trench, but I will try to show my trench, what I dig. It was just a couple years ago, maybe 3. Yeah, it was 3 years ago, but it feels like 100 years after war, really. You just come here and the memories start coming. That time was really shitty for my feels, because it's only start of my combat activity, is the only defense of Kyiv. But here now I feel so fucking big inspiration when I come here, so that we are surviving here, and so that thanks for that stuff what's we done, Kyiv survive. And this is the very, very good feels. Thanks for God I'm not so old, and I'm find that legendary trench. But in my time it was smaller, but I dig this shit. I think that after some time people who staying here, they make it more deeper and bigger, but yeah, this is trenches of my guys. Ragnar seated here with Danny. Danny is my Ukrainian soldier. He's really my good friend. we was in a section. And yes, is that trenches, is that place where we're staying. And there was a checkpoint with a flag.
Це главний замполіт батальйона.
Запорожцы не только доброе слово, но и быстрое дело.
Он, блядь, спецура тоже копає, блядь.
Бен сразу сымитировал работу на видео, да?
Позиция у нас охуенная. Там пидорасы и там пидорасы. Тут еще пока не, нахуй. Ой, бля. Флаг наш. Вот такие дела. Фу, блядь. Даже замполит батальона копая, блядь. Все.
And what's interesting, some places here, some trenches, some ditches is not modern ditches. Biggest part of ditches here in this forest, more deeper. I think that there and in other territory is the ditches from the Second World War, because on this territory was a Luttish defense line, Luttish Platzdarm. And Soviet Union on this territory defending Kyiv against the Nazi invaders. This forest and this place twice for the modern history defending Kyiv. Now I will try to show how it looks from the first person view. Is that one of the trenches of my section? That guys sit here. Now this tree is extra, but you can feel and look. You just guys just sit in this trench and control the fucking road. I'm sorry for bad word. Oh my god. Yeah, that trench is not so deep, but these guys control it from this ditch road. By our task, we're waiting on this direct moving of the Russian forces. That was a very funny time. Now I'm too much old for the jumping in these trenches. Maybe not old, but lazy. That checkpoint located back to me, and it was a legendary place, because when we sit in the cold trenches, we back here, and guys from the territorial defense had a hot tea, they had a sausage, we make a barbecue and shit, something like this. But in my memories, interesting story with this guy. Here stayed only 3 soldiers of the Novopetrivci territorial defense. Ex-police officer and couple, just a guy from the village. And when we see on his equipment how they don't look like a professional soldier. They look like a normal man's, and they have only one gun for 3 people. And I'm asking him, how you organize service here? You have only one guy gun. It was AK-74, dark AK, not military. And he said, one will be watch, second will be with the weapon, third will relax. I said, what are you doing here? You have no weapon. If Russian will start pushing, you just will die. But that guy said that for him doesn't matter. If they give only 1 minute for the people from Novopetrivci, they will be happy, and they will die for something. It was a really heart-touching story on me. I felt people inspiration what was during Defense Kyiv campaign. By this road we are going in Moshon and Huta-Mezhyhirska. And when our defense line was broken in the last day of March, or it was the middle of March, I don't remember for sure, by this road we are going back and we disengaged. And it was at that time it was the one of the dangerous road, because a little later I will show the place where Russians staying at that moment. Because if I don't mistake, in that time some infantry, it was Marine Corps or airborne Russians, they by foot going through the river, through damaged pontoon bridge, and they make a diversion on this territory. That's why this road was very, very dangerous. And only one guy who was ready to fight with them if they really will be close to the Novi Petrivci, it that 3 territorial defense guy, what's about is told. We are more close to the place where we fight, and I find a short memorial. I think that it's memorial not for that guys who fall in Huta-Mezhyhirska. I see only local guys. But what's interesting, that BMP, what was destroyed here, still on this place. Now is the place of memory for the local people. People come here for mention about fallen soldiers. But we go in more deep. That place where we are, we name it the House of the Forest Guy. By this road, civilian from the Moshon and from Huta-Mezhyhirska evacuated from the Russian. They ran away by this road. And by this road we go into the assault and defensive operation of the Huta-Mezhyhirska. In that forest on the right side, we all night digging trenches. But I don't know, at 7 a.m. at morning we took a task and we go out from here. And 5 minutes when we leave from these trenches start a very big artillery shelling. It was a fine self-propelled mortars. Nona shoot at us and they destroy that position as shit. And Russian in that time use a very strong electronic warfare. They suppress our signal and they find our location by our radio station. It was a very, very horrible time. But yes, this forest it is. Thanks for God. But in 13 March or 14 March of 2022, my blogger career can finished here in this forest. It was or just a lucky, I'm sorry for pronunciation. Again, my Brighton Beach pronunciation. But yes, or we were lucky, or life give me one more chance. After this, I'm stop count these chances. Sorry. And this house, it was the place of regrouping for us when we was defeated on Huta, and when we disengaged, we are regrouping on this house. I sit something like here and counting how many people live, because we are waiting for our guys who fight there, and we're waiting for our other group. At that moment I don't know that Bogdan Lyshishin were on his fall, and guys from the Special Forces of National Guard, they too don't go out. It was a fucking panic, but we for the last minute waiting for our guys. It was I can't describe this, but it was a very, very horrible time. And here, I don't know, it's, can you saw it? He's not a holes, but like hills. All this territory was digged by Russian shells. 8 mortars shoot at this place. 8 mortars. They had a task for destroy all forces who are located here, and they know that we are regrouping on this territory. I remember we are run like rabbits in this forest. See these holes? This one. I don't know, it's safety to walk here, but here was one orienteer. We find something like a yard of the house, and this white trees, we name it bereza. I don't know how it's in English. We run here to the trees, regrouping here. Russian moved his fire and start shelling on this tree. You can see that the biggest part of the tree here, they are damaged. Fucking mid-grinder was there. At this moment it sounds funny and looks funny, but at that time we were too much confused. Find this. Oh my god. I'm find the orienteer where we are regrouped after that shelling. I'm find this, and we broke this because we are pushing on this, and we broke for jumping through this wall. Look at this. I'm find this. It's we are damaged. Yeah, I damaged this wall. Fuck. Oh my god. Now it looks like a rancho, but at that period, this wall is ruined now, but it was damaged. We destroyed this in brick, and this place, it was a orient for us. Thanks for this fucking wall, we are find where we are and don't lose our soldier in this forest. Yeah, it was a funny time, but it's funny only this moment. There it's not was funny. Look at this beautiful nature, and saddest thing that for sure if you are just a tourist, you are a guest here, you see how it's beautiful, but this beautiful nature for somebody is just a terrible disaster memories. In Ukrainian forest you can find an interesting thing is the marker. Forest guys making this marker for understanding areas of that forest. But from the Soviet school of the tourism and survivalism, I don't remember really how it worked. I don't know it's actually or no, but actuality or no, but you see a number of this marker, 82, 82, 83, and what, 20? And if I don't mistake, when direct of the two pair numbers, this is south. For example, we have 82, 82. This is corner, and by this corner we are understanding that south are there. Interesting thing. I'm talking a lot about Second World War positions, bunker, and they have something. I find something. This is a Second World War bunker. He's locating on that line, Lutish Platzdarm. and a lot of bunker in that forest. Not only trenches saved here, but now we can see only ruin, but some guys who was defending near Irpinga river, they had defense in the same types of the bunker. That's why when I told you that voice of the previous war are here. That's why soldier in a World War II saying from his bunker window. And you can see of quality of this metal, this concrete. I don't know how it trimmed. Maybe it was old, but really check this quality, these walls. Sun is go down soon, and our short trip will finish it soon too. That forest for new generation, for previous generation, is not just a forest. It's the forest of glory, forest of braves, forest of memory. This forest hold and keep Kyiv in a Second World War and in a modern Russian-Ukrainian war. This forest keep Kyiv against occupations twice, maybe not twice, maybe more. And energy in this forest and silence in this forest, it's something more than just a silence. It's like a long, infinite minute of silence. Thanks who are support us, thanks who are with us, thanks my dears. See ya later.